Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a 1 hour all levels external rotation or hip opening and balance class. So there is options to get into handstands, pincher, bunch of arm balances, or there is options to get you anywhere towards those poses along the way. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you have comments or feedback or want to see more or less of something, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you. Also, I did want to just note one thing. I do turn around towards the wall to do my inversions, but that's only because I fall to the right. And if I do fall, then I'm just going to fall off this platform that I'm on, which would not be very much fun for me, although I'm sure it would be hilarious for you. But as always, I do encourage that you don't use a wall to kick up against in your handstands, pincher, or headstands, just because it really does encourage you not to use your spinal extensors and your glutes to get you up. You're just using momentum to go forward. So when I'm turning around, I'm not actually using the wall. I'm just not falling off the edge. So that's just my one caveat. We are going to get started today in an all fours position. Starting in a tabletop position. On your inhale, coming to a nice cow belly breath, arch the spine. And then as you exhale, press the floor away round. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, round into your cat. Take 3 more like this. Come into a neutral spine, engage through the lats. A little bit of a tenting through the fingertips. Step the left foot back, right foot back. You're in a plank pose. Engage through the thighs, even weight through big toe and little toe side of the foot. Lift the lower belly. Make sure you're not sinking into the lower spine. Press the floor away. Head is in line with the rest of the spine. Option to stay here. Option to stay still here. Option to drop the knees if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to start to take little circles on your wrists. You can, of course, do this from a tabletop position. So make sure that you're not just flattening your palms into the floor. You've got a little bit of a buoyancy in through the hands, almost like you're trying to grip the mat away and really engage all the muscles up through your wrists. Hello, Kakawati. And then you're going to take the circles in the other direction. It's going to be like that. Dog at the end of the yoga mat in a very limited amount of space. Then you're going to come to neutral. You're going to start to take those circles and you're going to make them a forward and backward movement. So as you come forward, come right up onto the tippy toes. And then as you go back, press back through the heels. Nothing has changed with the rest of your body. You're still holding that plank. This gets too much. Please drop down to the knees. And then you're going to come to your plank pose. Start to drop the right knee towards the floor. Straighten it out. Left knee towards the floor. Straighten it out. Right knee, plank. Left knee, plank. Keep this little walk going with your feet, with your knees rather. You're going to start to take the hips all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. And then you're going to find stillness. Send the heels down towards the floor, the sit bones up towards the sky. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, raise up onto the toes. Tuck under the tail as you ripple through the spine, come into your plank pose. Take an inhale as you bend the knees to hover, send the hips to the heels. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs, downward dog. Tuck under the tail, ripple forward through the spine, inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the knees to hover, hips back to the heels, downward facing dog. One more just like that. Ripple forward through the spine. And then as you exhale, send those hips back towards the heels. Inhale, you're going to take the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, open the hip, even off through the shoulders. Strongly engage that heel towards the glutes to engage the hamstring. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to raise up onto the left toes. Keep even weight, big toes and little toe side. Inhale, drop the heel down. As you exhale, raise up. Keep squeezing that right hamstring. Inhale, lower down. 3 more here. Take an inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, keep the bend in the knee, shift forward, right knee, right elbow. Hold your plank. As you inhale, come back, single leg plank, neutral spine. As you exhale, the movement comes from the knee to the elbow. Don't move the upper body. Inhale, single leg plank. 3 more here. Hold knee to elbow. Inhale, send it down to the wrist. Exhale to the elbow. Inhale to the wrist. Exhale to the elbow. Take 3 more. Hold it. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into your lizard lunge. Option to drop the back knee here. Option to come down onto the elbows. We're still pretty early on in the practice. Feel free to add some movement, side to side, forward, backwards. I encourage you for this first one to keep flat onto the right foot and keep the right foot forward. We will come into more rotation later. From here, you're going to turn that right foot out. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Come into your Malasana squat. Whew. Raise up onto the toes if you need to, or put a towel underneath your heels. I'm getting distracted by the fact that my voice is echoing through the fan. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. See if you can take your hands out in front of you and really engage the glutes to pull the knees in line with the second and third toe. Take 2 more breaths here. Plant those hands. You're going to step right leg back, left leg back. We've landed back in our high plank pose. From here, you're going to take one elbow down and then the other elbow down, coming down into your forearm plank. Same principles as a plank, except now you're grounding through your forearms instead of your palms. Keep the shoulders out of the ears, strong engagement through the legs. Don't let the face drop towards the floor. Got 5 more breaths here. You're going to start to take your right knee towards the floor. Lift it back up. Left knee taps. Lift it back up. Right knee taps. Lift it up. Left knee taps. Lift it up. You're going to take this little walking movement and you're going to start to walk your feet up towards your elbows as the hips come up, landing in your dolphin pose. Eventually finding some stillness in through your dolphin. Bend the knees as much as you need to keep lengthening through the spine. Your head is off the mat. And take a little shake of the head. Yes, no, releasing any tension. From here, you're going to press down strongly through the palms. Lift the elbows at the same time. If you can, you're in your downward facing dog. As you inhale, you're going to sweep that left leg up. As you exhale, shoulders stay even as you open that hip. Curl the heel towards the glute. Send the knee up towards the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, even weight, big toe, pinky toe as you start to lift the right heel. Inhale, send it down. 4 more here, even weight through the hands. Take an inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, shift forward, left knee, left elbow. Keep your plank as you inhale, single leg plank, neutral spine. Exhale, the knee comes to the elbow. Inhale back into your single leg plank. 3 more here. Hold the knee at the elbow. Inhale, drop it to the wrist. Exhale, take it to the elbow. 4 more. Hold it at the elbow, and then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, coming into your lizard lunge. Making any movements that feel good in your body. And then turning those left toes out, step the right foot up, Malasana. This time, everybody take your hands out in front of you. Take an inhale, engage the glutes. As you exhale, you're going to press all the way to stand. Inhale, sit back down into your Malasana. Keep those knees tracking. As you exhale, engage the glutes, press to stand. You've got 3 more. Depending on how much space you are, you can have your hands wherever you want them to be. And your last one, you're going to come to standing, heel toe the feet hips distance apart. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands. For this first one, you're going to step back to plank pose. Shift forward, lower the knees if you need to. Elbows hug the rib cage as you lower down, chaturanga. We're going to hold this first chaturanga. Drop the knees if you need. Your shoulders are in line or slightly higher than the elbows. Your elbows aren't flaring away from your body, and the rest of your body is just like it would be in plank pose. Take 2 more breaths here. Press the floor away, come back into your plank. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the hands out in front of you. Exhale, press to stand. Parallel the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time your choice, step, walk, or float to chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, press to stand. Parallel the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Chaturanga, take your vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the hands. Exhale, press to stand. Parallel the feet as you inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the hands. Exhale, press to stand. 2 more rounds. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the hands. Exhale, press to stand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the hands. Exhale, press to stand. Feet are going to come either together or hips distance apart. Send the hips back, reach the arms up. Inhale, chair pose. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Make sure you can see your toes. If your knees are apart, sorry, if your feet are apart, your knees are apart. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, you're going to ground down through the left foot. Come to stand, right knee to chest. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to move that right knee out to the side, opening the hip. Make sure you don't drop into the left hip, and make sure you don't hike the right hip up. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, open the hip to the side. Both hips stay facing the front of the room. Inhale, come back to neutral. Option to add a cactus in the arms as you exhale. Open up the knee to the side. Inhale, bring it back to center. You've got two more. From here, you're going to cross that right knee over the left, start to bend in through the left knee. We're coming into eagle. Option to kickstand the legs. Reach the arms out in front of you. Right arm will come underneath the left arm. Either backs of the hands together, or you can take the full wrap, bringing the palms together. Option, if that is not working for you, just bring the forearms together and make prayer hands. Woo. Wherever you are, you're sinking the hips nice and low. Try and keep both hips facing forward and reach those elbows up and away from the body. From here, you're going to release your legs into chair legs. Keep the arms. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to sweep those arms behind you. Keep the heels down. Inhale, arms sweep forward. As you exhale, engage the triceps and the back of the shoulders. Sweep the arms back. 3 more like that. Getting some shoulder mobility. Inhale into your chair pose. This time as you exhale, press to stand. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Take an inhale here. Hips stay facing forward as you exhale. Open the left knee out to the left. Inhale it back to center. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale it to center. Option to add the arms for the last 3. From here, you're going to take that left leg over the right, bend into the knee, send the hips back. Take your hands to the hips, even off through the hips, and then take the arms forward. The left arm is going to come underneath the right for the bind. Otherwise, you're just going to go forearm to forearm. Keep the eagle arms. You're going to bring the lower body into chair. Take an inhale. As you exhale, this time as you sweep the arms back, raise up onto the toes. Even weight, big toe, pinky toe. Inhale, bring it down, chair pose. 4 more like that. Exhale, balanced chair. Inhale to chair. Take 3 more. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Step the right foot forward, plant the back heel, set up for warrior 2 as you inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, sink down. We're going to hold this first one for 5 breaths. Once again, take your hands to your hips. Make sure that bottom hip isn't higher than the front one. You can even off the pelvis, shift a little deeper into that front leg, and then grow tall out of the rib cage. Expand the arms from your torso. flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the left hand down. Prepare to bear weight through it. You're going to pivot all the way into side plank. Option to bring that right leg into a tree pose. Both hips are facing forward. You're engaging through your left lat to stabilize the shoulder blade on the back body. And the gaze is wherever the neck is comfortable. Keep your tree leg if you can. You're going to come back into a tree plank. Send the chest forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale back to your tree plank. And then as you exhale, downward dog. Step the left leg forward, set up for warrior two. As you inhale, cartwheel open. And then as you exhale, settle in, taking your hands to your hips, making any adjustments that you need to. From here, you're going to flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior, open the side body. As you exhale, cartwheel the right hand down, prepare for side plank. Option to come into that tree leg with the left foot either above or below the right knee. Keep your tree leg if you can. Take that left hand down into your plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, tree chaturanga. Inhale back to your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Listen carefully as you exhale. Press to stand all the way onto the tippy toes. As you inhale, drop the heels, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the left hand down. As you inhale, option tree side plank or regular side plank. As you exhale, come all the way down your chaturanga. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left leg forward. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Reverse as you inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the right hand down. Option for tree the whole time. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale, back to your tree plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, press to stand all the way on the tippy toes. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right leg forward. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Reverse as you inhale. Cartwheel down as you exhale, plant the left hand. Inhale, your side plank. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg steps. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Reverse as you inhale. Cartwheel down as you exhale. Your side plank as you inhale. Your chaturanga as you exhale. Plank, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Step, walk, or float. One more round like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, press all the way to stand on the toes. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Right leg steps. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Reverse as you inhale. Cartwheel down as you exhale. Side plank as you inhale. Woo, fall over. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Reverse as you inhale. Cartwheel down as you exhale. Side plank as you inhale. Chaturanga as you exhale. Plank as you inhale. Downward dog as you exhale. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, shift forward, high plank pose. From here, you're going to lower down onto your elbows. And then you're going to come back up onto your palms. Opposite elbow leads. Opposite palm leads. So you're alternating each time which elbow goes down first and then which palm comes up first and vice versa. The idea here is that you're keeping your hips as stable as you can. Imagine that you've got a tray of drinks resting on your sacrum. The further apart your feet are, the easier this will make it. Make sure your face isn't dropping towards the floor. We're going to do one more on each side. Take an inhale in your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, keep your chair in your left leg. You're going to slide that right ankle over the bottom of the left thigh, coming into Ekapala Agni Stambhasana, where you're standing figure four. You can take your hands up and overhead like a chair, hands to heart center, or you can take those hips back a little bit more, keep length through the spine, and hook the elbows over the front of the shin, preparing for flying pigeon that is coming later. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, press through that left leg. You're going to drag that right foot up into the inner left thigh or below the knee, coming into tree pose. Once again, make sure you're even through the hips. You haven't hiked to the right or dropped out through the left. You're opening the right knee to the back of the room without twisting through the pelvis or the torso. Your hands can come up and overhead, heart center, wherever feels good for you. Balance challenge is to walk the gaze up or to close the eyes. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. We're coming into warrior three. This is a lot of single leg work, so if you need a break, please take one. Once again, hands to the hips. That pelvis is nice and even. Take a little bend in through the left leg. Draw the right hip slightly down towards the floor and strongly engage through the back of that right leg. Option to take the arms forward, coming into your full warrior three. From here, you're going to step that right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Take the hands down to the inside of the left leg. Walk that left leg slightly over to the left. This time, you're going to turn those left toes out to the side. Option to keep the foot flat or the whole foot and leg turn to the side. So don't just flop through the ankle. The whole leg externally rotates. Option to come down onto the forearms. Option to drop the back knee. Option to add movement. From here, you're going to make your way to a forearm plank. So if you're already on your forearms, you're just going to step that left leg back. If you're not, you're going to step back into a plank and then come down onto the forearms. From here, you're going to walk the feet up to the backs of the elbows, coming into your dolphin pose. Option to stay here, otherwise if Pincha Mayurasana is in your practice, option to take a couple of hops towards Pincha. I'm wigging myself out with the edge of this wall, so I'm going to turn around. If you came up to Pincha, you're slowly going to come down. Everybody's going to walk their way back into a forearm plank. And then you're going to plant the right palm, left palm, plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk, or float to Malasana. Inhale, reach the arms forward. As you exhale, raise up onto the tippy toes. Inhale, lower the heels. Knees keep tracking in line with the second and third toes. Raise up. Inhale, come down. 3 more. This time, stay up on the tippy toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, keep those knees tracking as you press all the way to stand. Press down into the big toes. Lower the heels, parallel the feet. Inhale, chair pose. This time as you exhale, you're going to interlace the fingers behind you. Send the fists towards the back of the room. Open up through the shoulders. Keep sinking low in through those hips. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, keep your bind just coming to a forward fold. Option to keep those knees really bent. Otherwise, maybe you can glue the chest to the thighs and start to straighten out the legs a little bit more. Release the interlace of the fingers. Inhale, sweep up, chair pose. Keep the chair in the right leg. As you exhale, you're going to cross the left ankle over the bottom of the right thigh, coming into Ekapada Agni Sambhasana. Take a moment to make any adjustments. Choose where you want your arms to go. From here, you're going to ground down through that right foot. Take the left foot up into the inner right thigh or the inner side of the shin. Coming into your tree pose, set up your alignment, and then choose where you want your arms and where you want your gaze to go. From here, you're going to bring yourself into warrior 3. So start to take that left leg back, hinge forward at the torso, take your hands to your hips, even yourself out, lengthen through the leg and the torso, and then maybe extend those arms up and overhead. From here, you're going to take a step back with that left leg. Take the hands down to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot off to the right. Turn the right toes out to the right. Option to keep the foot flat or option to turn to the outside edge of the foot, maybe coming down onto the forearms. Keep strongly engaging through that back leg. From here, we're coming back into our forearm plank. So either step back into plank and then come down, or just step that right foot back, coming into your forearm plank, walking the toes up into your dolphin pose. Option to stay here, otherwise option to kick up to Pincha. As always, I encourage you not to use a wall. I've turned because
I fall to the right, and if I fall to the right facing the other direction, I'm going to fall off the wall, which is funny for you, but really not funny for me. But I encourage you not to kick into a wall, as it encourages you not to engage your glutes and just kind of overshoot, and then it's really hard to break away from the wall. You came up into your pincher, slowly bring yourself down. Everybody come back to your forearm plank. Left palm brings you up, right palm brings you up. Shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank, exhale, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to sweep your right leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, you're going to extend the leg, keep the hip open. And then as you exhale, shift forward, bend the knee, tap right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward, prepare for warrior two. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, right hand comes down to the inside or the outside of the right leg, side angle pose. Keep drawing that right hip crease back. Open up through the left side of the rib cage and lengthen through the spine. So don't arch, it's not a back bend. You're really lengthening out. Make sure that that right knee hasn't collapsed to the midline. It's still tracking with your second and third toes. Option to stay here. Otherwise, we're going to take a half bind, wrapping that left arm behind. Option to stay there. Otherwise, you can start to bring that right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, taking a full bind. As always, if you need a break, please come out of the pose and then come back in. Release your bind if you've got it. As you inhale, reverse warrior, keep the bend in the knee. And then as you exhale, cartwheel that left hand down. This time we're coming into a star side plank. So as you inhale, that right leg goes all the way up towards the sky. Take an exhale here. As you inhale, tap the feet. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. You've got three more. Keep the right foot lifted as you can. Plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, keep the hip opening, just extend the knee. Exhale, shift forward, tap left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward, set up for warrior two. Inhale, cartwheel open. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, come down, your side angle pose. Remember, we're going to be here for a total of 10 breaths, so really set up a strong foundation here. Option to stay as is, otherwise that right arm's coming behind the back for a half bind. Maybe that left arm's coming under and reaching for the right fingertips. Wherever you are, keep opening the chest, strong through the back leg. Gaze is wherever the neck is comfortable. From here, you're going to release your bind. Inhale all the way to your reverse warrior. And then as you exhale, you're going to cartwheel that right hand down, star side plank. Inhale, that left leg is floating up. Exhale here. Inhale, tap the leg down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. Three more. Keep the leg floating if you can. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Listen carefully. Inhale, extend the leg. Option to tap. Otherwise, as you exhale, come forward. Right leg comes to the back of the right tricep. Kundinyasana. Maybe the left leg is lifting up off the floor. Set the left toes down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward for warrior two. Inhale, cartwheel open. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Option to stay, otherwise inhale, take that left arm behind you. Exhale, maybe you're coming into the full bind. Option here for normal Ardha Chandrasana, otherwise keep your bind, hop that left foot in and see if you can lift that left leg off while keeping the bind around the right leg. Standing on like 3 mats, so it's super squishy and really hard to balance. If you came into Ardha Chandrasana, stay. If you have the bind, you're going to release the bind, take that right hand down, left arm reaches up, open up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Listen carefully. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to ground down through the right leg. We're coming all the way to standing on that right leg. We're going to cross the left knee over the base of the right thigh, coming back into our funky chair. Option to stay here. Otherwise, we're coming towards flying pigeon. You'll take the hands down. The backs of the arms act as a shelf for that left shin. The left toes hook around the back of the right arm. Shift forward. Maybe pick the right toes up. Maybe engage through the right glutes. Extend that right leg back behind you. From here, we're going to make our way to downward dog. So you choose how you get there, at an arm balance, at a handstand. Maybe you're hopping back from your flying pigeon. We all meet in downward facing dog. As you inhale, you're going to sweep that left leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, extend the leg. I might not have room here. As you exhale, option to tap. Otherwise, left elbow to the back of the left knee. If you have the room, you're extending that left leg. If you're up against the wall, that left leg can stay bent. Set the right toes down. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Set up for warrior two. Inhale, open up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Option to stay. Otherwise, as you inhale, wrap the right arm up behind you. Exhale, left arm comes underneath. Option to come to normal Ardha Chandrasana. Otherwise, you're hopping that right leg in, keeping the bind around the left leg, and seeing if you can float that right leg up off the floor any amount. If you're in normal Ardha Chandrasana, stay. If you've got the bind, unravel that left hand, take it down to the floor, open the right arm up. Strong karate kick with that right leg up to the sky. Take one more breath. As you exhale, ground down through that left leg. Start to come all the way up to standing. You're going to cross that right ankle over the base of the left thigh, coming into your funky chair. Option to stay. Otherwise, option to make your way towards flying pigeon on the second side. Hands come down. Right shin rests on the back of the arms. Right toes grip around the back of the left arm. Left heel towards the glute. And then extend that left leg back out behind you. Wherever you are, we're going to make our way to downward dog, however you want to. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, option to tap, or one breath in Kundinyasana. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the left toes down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Preparing for bird of paradise. Inhale, wrap the left arm. Maybe you stay there. Exhale, full bind. Wherever you are, you're going to hop that left foot up to meet the right. So you're kind of in a bound Uttanasana. Shift the weight to the left leg, up on the right toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the right knee to the shoulder as you come to stand. So don't just drop dead weight into that right shoulder and drag your leg up. If you can stand up nice and tall, maybe you can extend that right knee. Slowly come down with that right foot. Listen carefully. If you can, you're going to keep the bind. If not, you're going to release it. You're going to step that left leg back so that you're in a bound crescent lunge. So like a bound lizard lunge, rather. From here, you're going to release that left hand. We're coming back to that star side plank just for one breath. Inhale, float that right leg up. And then as you exhale all the way into your single leg chaturanga, inhale back to your plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, extend the knee. As you exhale, option to tap or Kundinyasana. One breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, set the right toes down. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, option one, half bind. Exhale, option two, full bind. Everybody step the right foot up to meet the left. You can hold a strap or your clothes. Send the weight into the right foot. Come up onto the left toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the left knee strongly in towards the left shoulder as you press all the way to standing. From here, you're going to keep your bind. Slowly deliver your left foot back down to the floor. Option to release your bind if you need to. Otherwise, step that right foot back so that you're in a bound runner's lunge. Extend the chest forward. It's just a slightly different hip shoulder opener. Plant the right hand down. Inhale. Side plank. Float that left leg. As you exhale, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top, step walk or float to Malasana. Inhale, release the hands forward. As you exhale, option to stay in Malasana, otherwise crow pose. Option to transition into a headstand, or if you have it in your practice, you could also press to handstand. So option one, you're holding Malasana. Option two, you're holding crow. Otherwise, you're slowly going to lower the crown of the head, or you're going to press up to handstand. I'm assuming you already know how to do that, if you can do it. If you're coming upside down, really engage the glutes, lengthen the feet away from the crown of the head. If you're on your head, make sure that your weight is through the crown of your head and not towards the front of your head. Keep hugging those elbows into the body. You went upside down, you're slowly going to come back to crow pose. Everybody sit the feet down, Malasana. Take a moment just to roll out the wrists, but don't let those knees collapse in. We're still working the glutes. From here, you're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, press to stand. Parallel the feet. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, ground through the left foot, funky chair, right ankle crosses. Take an inhale. This time as you exhale, hook the peace fingers around the right big toe, come all the way to standing on the left, send that right leg out to the right. Any bend in the knee that you need to keep the spine tall. Drop that right hip down in line with the left. Slowly release that foot back into your warrior three. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to plant the hands. Option to stay in your standing splits. Otherwise, if handstand is in your practice, take some hops towards handstand. Again, I encourage you not to use a wall for balance. If you need it so that you don't fall off a wall, then that's fine, but don't kick into the wall. Just use it so that you don't fall off the wall. If you came into handstand, you're slowly going to float both of your feet down. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, ground down through the right foot, cross the left ankle. Take an inhale here. Peace fingers around the left big toe. As you exhale, come all the way to standing. Extend that left leg off to the left any amount. Bend as much through the knee as you need to. Grow nice and tall through the spine. From here, you're slowly going to release that left foot back into your warrior three. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Option to stay here in your standing splits. Otherwise, take a play towards handstand. You came up into your handstand, slowly float both of your feet down. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa, downward dog. Last standing sequence. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, option for Kundinasana. Inhale. Exhale, set the toes down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through for warrior two. Inhale, come up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, just one breath, side angle pose. Inhale, come up, reverse your triangle. And then as you exhale, send that right hip back, right leg straight, reach the right arm as far forward as you can, and then option to come down into triangle pose, or if you want to stay in the work a little bit more, make sure you've got a micro bend in that right knee, reach the right arm forward, left arm comes forward like you're holding a giant beach ball. Wherever you are, keep opening that left side of the rib cage to the sky and keep lengthening through the lower back. Inhale, reverse your triangle. As you exhale, cartwheel that left hand down. Inhale, we're coming back into our side plank. This time as you exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, shoot that right leg out to hover. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. 3 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, option single leg vinyasa, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, option to tap. Option for Kundanyasana, take an inhale. Exhale, set the toes down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through for warrior two. Inhale, come up. Exhale, settle in. Reverse as you inhale. Side angle as you exhale. Reverse your triangle as you inhale. And then as you exhale, shift back at that left hip. Reach really long through the left side of the rib cage. And then come down into your triangle. Or reach that left arm forward, right arm forward for your power triangle. Reverse your triangle as you inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel that right hand down. Side plank as you inhale, reach the left arm long. As you exhale, crunch, knee to elbow. Inhale, the left leg hovers over the right. Exhale to crunch. 3 more. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, option for your single leg vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk, or float through to a seat. And then come into your boat pose. Option to straighten the legs, option to keep them bent. Wherever you are, you're going to take an inhale. You're going to tap your right toes long to the right top corner of your mat. Exhale, come back into your boat. Inhale, left toes or heel tap left. Exhale, back to center. 4 more on each side. Come into your boat pose, inhale. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low boat. 3 more. Come into your boat. You're going to take a roll along the spine. Option to take a vinyasa. Otherwise, you're just going to come back to a plank pose. From here, you're going to step the right foot forward, lower the left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Option to stay here. Otherwise, as you exhale, you're going to bend that left knee, reach back with the right hand, and come into a quad stretch. I went skimboarding for the first time in like 3 months yesterday, and it was brutal on my legs. I'm really, really sore. So this was really, really good. From there, you're going to release the back leg. You're going to shift the hips back, straighten out through the front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift forward, lift the back knee. Inhale in your runner's lunge. Exhale into your plank. Option to hold, otherwise add a chaturanga. Back to your plank. Step that left leg forward. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Option to stay. Otherwise, you're bending that right knee, taking the left hand back, coming into the quad stretch. You can always, of course, lower down to your right forearm here as well. Slowly with control, lower the back foot, shift the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift back forward into your runner's lunge. Lift the back knee, take an inhale. As you exhale, plank pose, option to stay, otherwise one final chaturanga. And then shift the hips back towards the heels, look between the hands, step walk or float through to your seat. Now I'm going to let you take any hip opener that you want. You could take a simple seated forward fold. You could come into your reclined pigeon, you could come into a single pigeon, you could come into a double pigeon, you could come into Gomukhasana. Any hip opener that feels good for your body right now. And then when you're ready, you're going to switch it to the other side. So tight. From here, you're slowly going to release. If you're not already on your back, we're slowly going to make our way down onto our back, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Hard compilation of words to say. Then you're going to draw the knees in towards the chest. Option to take a happy baby here, or any other movements that you feel like you need. Feel like you need a spinal twist, or any other stretches, please take them now. When you're ready, you're going to hug the knees in towards the body, curl the chin up towards the knees. Take a nice deep inhale, squeeze everything really tight. And on a big open mouth exhale, let everything go into your final resting position, whatever that looks like for you. Turn the hands up towards the sky. Let the legs be heavy. Let the shoulders be heavy. Let the jaw relax. Let the brow relax. Please stay here for as long as what serves you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Today, as you go forward, may you have kindness in your thoughts, clarity in your words, and a journey in your heart. Namaste.